Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the session. A very, very good evening, first of all. In the previous class, I think we have completed with the for loop and the while loop, right? So in today's class, we'll continue with it. Some more for loop and while loop statements I'll be teaching you, and also we'll be moving on to the new topic that is the functions. Okay. Oh yeah, prime numbers. Okay, we'll do it. Yes. So whatever is pending, that we will do. I'll be quickly sharing. Yes. Imagine you are supposed to create a program where you are supposed to get this pattern. Okay. You are supposed to create this pattern. For example, you can see how many patterns are there. I mean, basically 5 stars are there, and how many rows are there? 5 rows are there. Okay. So what we'll do is, well, first of all, mention how many rows are there. So for I in range of 5, yes or no? We are coming to the new line, and here basically we are printing the star. Very simple, and that's on it. You can see we got the 5 stars in 5 different lines. Now, what we are supposed to do so that we can get 5 stars here? It's very simple. It's very simple that you just multiply, the value by 5. Okay. So if you just multiply the value by 5, you can see you are able to get the pattern, I mean, exact pattern as this. But this won't be the case in your interviews. Okay. This won't be the case in your interviews. The question will be much more difficult than this. It's not actually difficult, but it will be completely different. Now, why it is different? Because they will be asking you not this question, but they will be asking you how to create this pattern with the help of a nested loop. Okay, so we'll come back to that nested loop later on. But we will quickly finish off whatever is pending in today's class. I will move on to the new pattern. Yes. So imagine this is our pattern now. Okay. What pattern you can see basically here? See, in the first row we have only one column. I mean, 1 star. In the second row we have 2 stars. In the third row we have 3 stars. Then 4. Then 5. Then basically it continues. So what I'm supposed to do? It is just like the previous one, but there is one single change. Can anyone tell me, or anyone is able to understand what we are supposed to do so that we can get this pattern? Just one change you are supposed to do. Just one change. Anyone? No. See, instead of multiplying directly by 5, okay, if you multiply directly by 5, you are getting 5 stars, right? But if I directly multiply by the value I, so now what happens? Initial I value will be 0. So 0 multiplied by anything is nothing but 0 only. So it will give 0 stars, then 1, then 2, then 3, right? So if I run it, you can see the first one, you are not able to see any star, but in the second value, you can see a star. What I'll do is we'll start with the value 1 now. Okay. But if I start with the 1 value, it will end at 4. So we'll end at 6 so that it can end at 5. Can you see we are getting this particular pattern? Now, if I want this particular pattern in a reverse order, okay, if I want this pattern with the help of a reverse order, how can I do this? I won't be teaching you the whiles, whatever is done here. I won't be teaching you with the help of while statement because that is your work. Okay. You are supposed to do it by yourself. So kindly make sure you are understanding the for loop. Just like the for loop, you are using the while loop. Okay. Yes. So here, what I'm supposed to do, it is exactly the same thing for I in range, but we are starting at the 5 value, right? We are ending at 0, but there should be a step size value. What is the step size value? It is -1. Yes or no? It is -1. Then you're printing the star. Then it is multiplied by the value I. So let's run it. Can you see the first value is 5, then it is 4, then it is 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Next. We'll move on to the next question. Okay. Imagine this is our pattern now. In this, what you can see basically, see in this, we can basically understand that in the first row we have 1. In the second row we have 2. In the third row we have 3, then 4, then 5. So this cannot be done with the help of single for loop. Okay. Here we cannot make use of single for loop to get this output. So what we are going to do is we are using something called as nested for loop. Okay. We are using something called as nested for loop. Now let's understand what do you mean by nested for loop. First of all, whenever you're getting such kind of pattern, okay, whenever you're getting such kind of pattern, what is first thing that you're going to do is See how many number of rows are there. Can anyone tell me how many number of rows are there in the chat box? How many number of rows are there? Very simple question. How many number of rows are there? Yes, 5 number of rows are there, correct? So I'll write a statement or for loop. If I just mention 5, it will start at 0, right? It will start at 0. I don't want to start at 0. I want to start at 1. So I'll mention 1 comma 6. Okay, I'll mention 1 comma 6. So whatever you mention first, this is applicable to print the rows. Okay, this is applicable to print the rows. So how many rows are there? We have 5 rows. So this is applicable to print the rows. So once you are printing this, basically you can come to the next line. Now the first work is done. I mean, the first printing the rows is done. Now the second task is to print the columns. Can you tell me how many number of columns are there? How many number of columns are there? You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again 5 columns, right? So we are taking one more initialization variable. Instead of I, let's say j. Okay. I won't be taking I now. We'll be taking j. Now this is called as nested for loop. We can see one for loop is there. Inside that, one more for loop is there. Okay. For j in range. Now, here, this particular whatever you are mentioning inside the main for loop, this is applicable to print the columns. Okay, this is applicable to print the columns. But this column has to be, it has to be matched with the rows. In the sense, in the first row, I'm supposed to get 1. In the second row, I'm supposed to get, second row, I'm supposed to get the column values as 2, 2. Then it is 3, 3, 3. Then it is 4, 4, 4. So basically, I'm supposed to see what is the I value, and based on the I value, I'm supposed to print the value of j. Yes or no? So you are mentioning the range of I here. Okay, the range of I. And what you're printing? You are printing the value of I only. Let me make you understand. So print the value of I. And come to the next line. If I run it, we can see now you are somewhat you're getting the output. You can see I'm able to get 1, I'm able to get 2, 2, then able to 3, 3, 3, then 4, 4, 4, 4, then 5, 5, 5, 5. Now, even though this is, the numbers are correct, it is not in the correct pattern. So what you're supposed to do? You are supposed to write one more print statement where, obviously, the end parameter is a new line only, right? So you're mentioning, so that you're not able to, not getting any confusion, I'll just mention it. So print is equal to end, print end is equal to a new line. So what happens is, first it will print this. And while coming to the new loop, it will print these two in the second row. Then these 3s in the third row. Then it is fourth row, 4 4s, and the fifth row, 5 5s. Can you see? Now still we are not able to get the output, but okay, one space you can see in the middle, right? So instead of see here in the while it is printing I don't want it to go to the new line. Instead, I want this to print in the same line. For example, 1 it is printing, after that 2 and 2 should be there, right? It should be printed one after the other. So what you're supposed to do is you are supposed to mention end, and instead of the new line, you are supposed to give the end parameter as null. Okay, so what it will do is it will not come to the new line, and it will print you the pattern just like this. Okay, I hope everyone is clear with us. Okay, and if I want to do that in this pattern, okay, I'll just create one more pattern for you guys. Now all the while loop you are supposed to do, again I'm just clearing out all the while loop exactly like this, exactly same pattern, all the while loop you are supposed to do it once again. Okay, now here, now what difference can you see here? What difference can you see here? Here, the first columns are 1, second column is 2, third column is 3, fourth column is 4, fifth column is 5. So basically, my output is depending on the columns now, right? So this, instead of printing I'm supposed to I'm supposed to print something else. Can you tell me what is that? See, I means it is based on the rows. So you can see first row 1, second row 2, third row 3, fourth row 4, and fifth row 5. So I'm printing the value of I. But here, in the first column 1 is there, second column 2 is there, third column 3 is there. So what I'm supposed to change here? Yes, it is exactly. So it is J. That is the only change you're supposed to do. And run it. Can you see? We are getting 0 now, but instead of 0, I want 1 in the beginning, right? So you can mention J plus 1. Okay, 0 plus 1 is nothing but 1, then it is 2, then it will 3, then 4 and 5. Okay, I hope this is very much clear. Now, rest of the things you are supposed to do it by yourself. I really appreciate if you do it by yourself. Okay, instead of asking the ChatGPT or any chatbots, kindly do it by yourself. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Now, I want everyone to answer this. Okay, find the sum of the list using for loop. Now, I'll give you one simple number list. I'll give you one simple number list. Now, let's say this is our number list. Okay, 34, 34, 6. I mean, random numbers are there. Now, what you're supposed to do is you are supposed to find the sum. So, how can we do this? First of all, what I'll do is whenever we are having such kind of questions where you are supposed to find the sum of anything using a for loop or while loop, the first primary thing that you're going to do is you are mentioning a null variable. Okay. For example, my null variable is sum, and I'm assigning the sum value as 0 now, as of now. Okay. As of now, I'll mention the sum value as 0. After this, I'll start a for loop for I in, and I'll mention a number list. Why number list? In the sense, what happens, I'll quickly let you know. For I in number list, you are okay. For first of all, what is the value of I? It will start from the 0th index, that is 34. Okay, so it will check whether 34 is present in the number list. Yes, it is present in the number list. So it will add sum is equal to sum plus I. What is sum is equal to sum plus I? Sum is basically 0, right? What is 0 plus I? 0 plus 34. And that will be stored inside the sum value. Okay. After this, we are printing the value of sum. Let's say I'll be printing the value of sum here only. Print the value of sum. Now, if I run it, see the output. Can you see? The first value is 34. Okay. While coming to the new loop, the I value will be changed now. Now, I value is sitting here. Okay. Whether 34 is present in the number list? Yes, it is present. But already the sum value is 34 now. Right? Sum value is 34. So 34 plus 34, that is output, that is 68. While coming to the new loop, now 68 plus 6 plus I value, that is 74, then 130, then it will move on and it will give the output as 1083. Very good, Charmi. That we can also make use of the addition assignment, that is sum plus is equal to I. Okay. Sum plus is equal to I. Even this can be used in the for loop here. Okay, instead of using this, we can make use of the assignment operator. Let's run it once again. You can see I'm getting the output like this. But what if I want only 1083? Okay, what if I just want 1083? I don't want these steps. I just want 1083. So what I'm supposed to do? You are not printing this print sum inside the for loop, but you are printing it outside, so that this after completion of everything and the final sum output is, some value is there, only that will be printed here. So if I run it, you can see I'm only getting 1083 now. Okay, I hope this is very much clear. We'll move on to the next question. Now, how many of you know the meaning of factorial? How many of you know the meaning of factorial? Okay, everybody knows, right? So what do you mean by factorial? Quickly, I'll just brief it out. So if I mention 5 factorial is nothing but 5 and the preceding value of it, that is 4, and the preceding value, that is 3 and 2 and 1. So ultimately, you should get the value 1, and you're not multiplying 0, because everything that is multiplied by 0 is nothing but 0 only. So you're multiplying till 1. Imagine you're giving the value as 4. So 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So all the preceding values until 1. So this is the meaning of factorial. Okay. Now this you are supposed to do with the help of while loop. Let's see how can we do this. First of all, we'll get the value from the user, that is int input, enter the value. Okay. After this, we are assigning the initial value of factorial as 1, because whatever value I'm supposed to give, even if it is okay. Can anyone tell me what is 0 factorial? What is a 0 factorial? Yes, it is not 0, it is 1. Okay, it is 1. So whatever value you give, basically 1 should be there. Okay, whatever value you should give, basically 1 should be there. So that is the reason we are mentioning factorial as a 1 as the beginning of the factorial value. Next, we are writing while this number. Okay. What do you mean by while number? While number is nothing but it is mentioning that while it is true. In a sense, if it is a true value, okay, if it is obviously, if I give any value, obviously it's considered as a true value. But if I give the value like this, okay, does it make any sense? No. Letters doesn't make any sense, so it is considered as a false value. So it will not come inside the loop. Whenever it is number, only then it is coming inside the loop, and it is checking the factorial is equal to factorial multiplied by the number. So what is the number given? Let's say 4 is the number that we have given. Okay. So it is multiplying 4 multiplied by 1. Okay. 4 into 1 it is giving. So the initial value of factorial is now 1, but it is changed to 4 now. After that, you are subtracting number by 1. Okay. Number is equal to number minus 1. So imagine 4 was there. Now the value is 3, right? So, number will be 3 now. What is the factorial value? Factorial value was 4. So 4 into 3 is 12. And the 12 will be stored now. After that, once again, the number is equal to number minus 1. Again, it will be 2. And it will go back and it will be 4 into, 12 was already there. 12 multiplied by 2, it is 24. Then again, it will come down. Again, it is 1. So 24 multiplied by 1 is now 24. So ultimately, you should get the value as 24. Let's see. Can you see? 4, 12, 24, and 24. Why we are getting twice here? Can anyone tell me? Because first time it is printing 12 into 2, that is 24. But next time it is printing 24 into 1. So that is the reason we are getting 24. Okay. So what if I want just 24 as the output? We are putting this print outside the while loop. Can you see? We are getting only the 24 now. Okay. Yes. I think this is also very much clear. I'll be showing you one of the example. Now this will take a lot of time to type it. So I'll quickly just copy and paste it and let me show you how it basically works. Yes. Can anyone, okay, I wish everyone, for timing, I'll quickly disable the chat. Many people are just active in the chat. So I'll quickly disable it. Kindly see this particular problem. Okay. This is called as a display menu program. Here we are using a while statement and we are using something called as true. So whenever the condition is true, only then it will come inside the while loop. Yes or no? So it will print automatically all these values. That is calculator. Option 1 is sum. Option 2 is difference. Option 3 is product. Option 4 is quotient. Option 5 is quit. Now imagine while statement is not there. Okay, while statement is not there. So every time you want to print something, you are running it, right? Every time you want to print something, you are running it. So it will keep on, you're supposed to keep on running it until unless you want to quit it manually. But here, since we are using while statement, what you can do is, if I run it, you can see it is asking me calculator and it asking me some difference, product, quotient, and quit. Let's say I want sum. Okay. Now it is asking me enter the number 1, enter the number 2. Can you see? It is giving me the sum as 7 and it is again running the calculator. Okay. Now I'm not supposed to run it once again. Okay. I'm not supposed to run it once again. Automatically it is running again and again. For example, I want difference now. That is 2. We'll give the same value 5 and a 2. Can you see the difference is a 3? Again, it is asking, let's say we go for product. We'll give the same values 5 and 2. Can you see we are getting the product as 10? Now, ultimately, let's say I want to quit it manually. Then I can mention 5 and it is now. Okay, we were not supposed to get this. Oh, I'm sorry. It is asking me number 1 and number 2 because number 1 and number 2 is outside the loop. That is the reason. Okay, I'll quickly change that. Don't worry. We'll mention 5 and 2 and it is quitting it. So the solution for this is you can mention the number 1 and number 2 inside this if statements. Okay, so you can just cut it and put it inside these if statements. So every if statement should have number 1 and number 2. Now this will take a lot of time. So that was the reason I kept that number 1 and number 2 here. Okay, so to avoid that, you can just cut it and put it inside each and every if statements. Okay, this is one of the solution. Otherwise, what you can do is you can ask number 1 and number 2 outside only. Okay, outside only you can basically ask, and if it is equal to 5 manually, you can basically quit it. So this is the importance of while statement, where basically you can understand how the program is running based on number of outputs, iterations. So if the user is, I mean, not sure about how many number of times he is able to run it, then we can make use of the while statement, right? Each and every customer or each and every user will be having different number of tasks that you're supposed to do. So we cannot just predict that this person will have 10 number of iterations, this person will have 20 number of iterations. No. So that is the reason we are using while loop, where that means that you can use as much as you want until unless you manually quit it. Okay. Now I'll quickly on the chatbot. Yes. Kindly let me know if you have any doubts, or kindly write yes in the chat box so that we can move on to the next topic. Our next topic is very, very interesting, and it is called as the functions. Sum is not printed properly. Sum is 7, right? 5 and 2. Yes. Okay. We'll move on to the next question. I mean, next topic, that is the functions. Okay. Let us understand. For doing sum of elements in number list, can we use? Yes, we can use number list dot sum. Yes, we can use. No, not a problem. Okay. We'll move on to the next topic. It is not 15 and 22. Don't worry. If it is not 15 and 22, it is actually enter number 1 and have entered 5. Okay. It is not 15 and 22. It is enter number 1 and have entered 5. Enter number 2, I have entered 2. That is the reason it is giving me 7. Okay. Yes. Please make sure you understand this in the first go. Now, this is very, very, very important for the AI perspective. Okay. It is not important for data science. It is not important for machine learning also, but it is